Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you all. Hello, hello. Hang on, just a quick sec. All right, so I'm going to say hello to everyone. It's good to see you all. Okay. So I'm just going to go through the chat and I'm going to share the two amazing stories. I hope Rose makes it before the stream starts, but yeah. Hello, Laura, the parent mod. Good to see you looking after us. Curtis, good to see you yet again. I had a collab on Curtis's channel recently called Meet. It's very good. You should check it out. Laughin' Joker, good to see you yet again. Welcome, welcome. Aaron, hello, welcome back. Aaron is one of my beloved channel members. Hello, hello. Cindy, hey Cindy. It's okay about your membership. It's all good. All right, I need a quick sippy sip. Ooh. Aaron. Danny! Hey Danny, it's good to see you. Danny's another of my beloved mods. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Sharon! Hello, Sharon. Good to see you too. Sharon is another of my beloved channel members. There's so many amazing people here with us today. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you're painting the mini still. I'm really excited to see it again. So we had, on the last stream, we had some pictures of the, so it'll be really interested. My tongue is tied today. It'll be really interesting to see the progress of it. And sorry about the birds. The birds have been so loud lately. They are just like cheep, 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 cheep. They're much louder than usual. Alrighties, let's see. Hello, Heel. Welcome to the stream. It is good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Nat, good to see you. Welcome. Good to see you again. Welcome. Oh, yeah, mate. Mad Chat is here. Just lurking and doing laundry. Hell yeah. It's good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Teddy, good to see you. I'm here. I'm here. I promise. In the flesh. Sorry, I was doing my whole setting up the string thing. It's got the fancy little timer now. Let's see. Rose! Rose is one of my beloved channel members and the author of these two stories that I'll be narrating today, so I really hope you guys enjoy it. Christine! Hello, Christine! Welcome, welcome! Scrolly. Nathan, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hell yeah, Nat. Gotta love succubus art. Ooh, that sounds like fun, Chatter. That sounds like fun. PB gun. Hey, Trooper! Good to see you. Yes, it does start a bit earlier now. I'm still debating whether or not to push it backwards. But, I guess we'll just have to see how that goes. Let's see. I'm gonna pop out. I did everything but pop out the chat, so that's really frustrating. Enhance. Okay, there we go. Hey, Mr. Man, welcome back. Good to see you. I know, Laura, I know. It's, the problem is that it's changed because of, daylight savings. So that's the most frustrating part. And then everything else changes, and then like my sleeping pattern falls out of whack, and I'm like, ah. But that's okay. We're here. We're doing this. It's all good. Okay. Ooh, there has been progress. Alrighties. Okay, so I'm gonna put this up on the screen, and we'll talk for a little bit more, and then we're gonna get to the good old live readings. So I hope you enjoyed it. Alrighties. Just gonna put this up on the screen. Okay, so there's the mini that Aaron was talking about. Okay. There we go. Let's see. No, Mr. Man, I haven't seen the new Transformers movie. And I agree, Curtis, daylight savings is dumb, and I wish it didn't exist. It just messes with everything. Just, it's not good. All good. So we're going to be, well, I'm going to be reading. But, you all get to sit and listen. So that should be good. Hey, Mikey! Mikey is one of my beloved channel members. I thought I just got a message. There. Anyway, there we go. So hang on, let me get my little person up. Not the typey type, the reading. Because we're going to be reading. Ah! Okay, there we go. No, that's... Gonna rearrange things in just a second. Hello, Dreadful Raven. Dreadful Raven is one of my beloved channel members. Welcome. It's really exciting hearing... You're not hearing. Ooh, if I was hearing you all, that'd be interesting. I'm just gonna set some things up. So when I'm reading, I'm not going to be interacting with the chat much, as I'm sure you all guessed that, because you've all been here before. My beloved regulars. But, yeah. Oh, you get daylight savings on the 3rd of November. Oh, okay. I think it changes for Australia again on the... Not sure what day, but in April, I think. Not too sure about that, though. Alright, let's set this up. And then we'll begin. Ooh. Big excite. Alright. I might have to put it in a different... So, do you guys have certain fonts that you guys just can't read? Or is that just me? Because I've got some fonts that like I read it and I'm like, I can't read this. I'm... oh dear. Alright, so I'm just gonna... Oh wait, I can kind of see it. Alright. Do. No, it's a lot of it is I just it's just hard for me to see for some reason. It's I don't know why. It's just my eyes are just my eyes. I think I might need new glasses soon. Now, there are a few celebrities mentioned in this story. Just please don't sue me, company. I'm just gonna space it out a little bit as well. I'm just... Okay. Alright, sippy sip. Alright, we sippy sipped. Time to roll. So this story is by Rose and is called Dr. Phil Lost Episode. So this is gonna be good. Alright, actually put some hearts in the chat if you are all ready for some story goodness. You wanna silence us, lady? Dun dun dun. Hello, Adamsia. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. Alright, so Dr. Phil Lost Episode. Gonna over here, there we go. Growing up, my parents were strict. I was always under a tight schedule that offered little room for freedom. This was largely due to the TV personalities they let influence them all the while, lecturing me on how video games would rot my brain and make me go blind. They would sit down and watch hours of shows like Maury, Steve Wilkos, and Jerry Springer. The one they were most obsessed with was Dr. Phil. Whenever me or my brothers acted up, we would get a lecture along the lines of, "I've been watching Dr. Phil and he says," or, if we were on Dr. Phil, he'd straighten you out. Usually, this came from our mother, with our dad agreeing with her and saying, "Damn right, that Phil knows his stuff." They wanted us to go on the show a few times, but were too busy to make it happen. That was a good thing for us. Otherwise, we'd end up the laughing stocks of our community. Shut up, birds, goddamn. Sorry. The birds won't shut the hell up, man. Therefore, I had to stay home and was tasked with passing out candy and recording the latest episode of Dr. Phil. I assured my parents I would get it done, and they left with my brothers. I spent the next several hours catching up on makeup work from school, followed by playing with my friends on Halo Online. It was only when I was coming downstairs to get another IBC root beer that I heard the preview for the newest episode of Dr. Phil. And I remembered what I was supposed to do. Cursing my forgetfulness and running to the living room, I grabbed the remote, hitting the record button on our DVR. Oh, okay, sorry. My brain's like, what's that? Hey, Banshee! Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. A transcript of the episode will be provided below. Answer. Tonight we have... Tonight on this all-new special episode of Dr. Phil, A family struggles with their rebellious son who says he's into the occult. Pearl, the mother, we've tried everything from taking him to church to prayer. Footage shows the teen in his room with black and red lit candles in front of his mirror. In his hand is a book with an image of a deer skull with reptilian eyes on the cover. He seems to be reading from it. Gary, son, my parents just don't get me. Zombero and I have a deep personal Zombero and I have a deep personal connection. Hey, Joshua, welcome to the stream. Hal, the father. We've had up to here with him. If this doesn't work, military school will be our only option. I don't know where these accents are coming from. I'm so sorry. The intro starts. I never sat down and watched a full episode of the show, mainly to the idea of a complex psychological issues being miraculously cured within an hour being absurd. I brought this up to my parents. He said it was because He said it was because Phil was the real deal. Normally, I wouldn't bother with it, given the subject matter and the time of year. I figured, why not give it a chance? Sippy sip, sorry. When it finishes, Dr. Phil is standing. Dr. Phil, how is... Dr. Phil sound? How is everybody... How's everybody doing? The audience cheers. Yay, yay. Dr. Phil, as you all know, today is Halloween. It's a time for people to get up to mischief, especially teenagers. Now, rebellious teens are nothing new. But I have one who is doing satanic rituals. That's a whole other can of worms. Adam. Clips of the family speaking pop up again. First is the mother. Oh, I remember this all starting last October around this time. Gary hasn't seemed as enthusiastic about attending church this past year as we would have liked, and I thought, my God, is our son doing drugs? Home video footage shows Gary singing in a church choir and reading from the Bible in his youth group. Now, he may not look it, but I was wild too when I was his age before I gave my heart to Christ. If he thinks he can get one over on me, he's got another thing coming. We searched his room one day while he was at school. Footage, presumably filmed by Hal, shows Pearl going through Gary's things. She reaches behind his headboard and pulls out a pound bag of weed. The devil's letter. No, sorry, that was me adding that in. That's sealed with tape. She covers her mouth in shock, trying to hold back tears. Gary, I know how this looks. Wait, no, that's the kid. Never. I know. The devil's letters. Gary, I know how that looks, but that weed wasn't mine. I was holding it for a friend. I do admit to having smoked weed in the past. When my parents confronted me about it, I came out and told them about my Zombrastism, which is the religion of Zombro. I showed them his sacred text. He holds up a book that has the deer skull and reptile eyes on the cover. They did not take it well. My mom broke down crying, and my dad said I was possessed by demons. I just want my parents to respect my beliefs like I respect theirs. How? all this yammering about Zambro, whatever. Let me tell you something. As long as he's under our roof, he is going to respect our rules, and that means going to practice the religion we tell him. Pearl, God has given us an answer to our prayers, and I believe that answer is Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil and the family are sitting in chairs on stage. Dr. Phil, now, Gary, we initially had some trouble getting you to come on the show. You only agreed if you could bring your sacred text, as you call it, and wear your... what do you call it again? Gary is wearing... This is good. Gary is wearing a dark brown cloak with streaks of forest green running through it. Gary... So sorry. Gary, this is my hood of true nature. Dr. Phil, right. You explain... oh, sorry. Right. Do you mind explaining it to us? I mean, what do y'all do? Is it some kind of pagan thing? Hey, Jack, welcome to the stream. Gary, with a slight chuckle. No, there's actually a big misconception to the name of any nature-based religion such as paganism. While the natural world is a major part of our belief system, we are not slaves to it. Rather, we and it coexist. We honor it by holding dance rituals in the woods. It exists to serve us, and we exist to serve it. Footage shows Gary and the other Zombris dancing around a campfire. Well, see? This is right here what we're talking about. Everything he says now is always so cryptic. How? That's right. It's borderline deceptive, and we all know how much Satan loves that. Gary rolls his eyes as Dr. Phil addresses his parents. Dr. Phil, let me ask you two a question. Outside of ideological differences, why do you think your son's new lifestyle is a problem? Well, it's changed him. School used to be important to him. Now, he does what he needs to pass and nothing more. How? And he's ghosted everyone in his old friend groups for those freaks he hangs out. God damn, I'm so sorry. And he's ghosted everyone in his old friend group for those freaks he's hanging out with now. Look, I'm embracing the character. Embracing the character. Dr. Phil, is that true, Gary? You stopped hanging with your old friends after you got into all of this? Gary, we'd already been drifting apart before this. I don't know why my parents got on me about the people I'm with now. It's not like we do anything wrong. Well, you don't do anything wrong. Just last month we were going to bail you... Sorry, we had to bail you out of jail for vandalizing our pastor's church. She and Gary get into an argument before Dr. Phil intervenes. Dr. Phil. Sounds like there's a lot of blame going around. We'll deal with it after the break. The music plays as the show fades to commercials. The party sitter trailer. Sorry, my God. My brain's just not working. You know when words change in front of you? And that's what's happening to me right now. The party sitter... Oh my God. The party sitter... Sitter? What do I keep saying? The Party City Thriller ad came on. I went to make us... I went to make a snack of popcorn and candy corn, drizzled in caramel. Although I wasn't convinced the show was staged, I considered the subject matter of the show at face value as a thought experiment. Gary's parents reminded me a lot of ours. That's why I initially sided with him and thought they were being too uptight. I came back into the living room to see the Reese's Cups Halloween commercial playing. Then the show resumed. Dr. Phil, welcome back everyone. There were some heated words during the break that we luckily managed to calm down. He turns to the family. Dr. Phil, yelling over each other just makes you look like a bunch of fools, and I'd like to think you have a better sense than that. Why don't we take this one step at a time? He gestures to Hal. Dr. Phil, in your own words, explain what happened. Hal, who was previously tense, relaxes. Hal, sure, I can tell you. It's almost 3 in the morning. We were sound asleep, and the next thing I know, my phone is ringing. I'm half out of it, but when I realize who's talking, it's like I got water thrown in my face. Come to find out, Hal cocks a thumb at Gary, snuck out so he and his friends could try to burn down our local church. Thank God a patrol officer happened to be passing nearby. They were able to get some firefighters over there before the damage got too bad. While that was going on, the cops were trying to break down the people with, oh my god. Sorry. I'm having a so I've got stigmatism, so like letters kind of change, like so a D will look like a B sometimes, and it's all over the place. Anyway. Hey, Angel! Angel's one of my beloved channel members. It is good to see you. Let's see. While that was going on, the cops were trying to track down the people responsible, and they would have caught them if Gary hadn't decided to use himself as a decoy. Thanks to him, we have a bunch of psychos running around when they should be behind bars. When they told me what happened, I ran to Gary's room, and when I saw he was gone, I was so mad. You know what? He should be grateful we didn't let him rot in that jail cell. If you ask me, it would have taught him a lesson. Dr. Phil nods thoughtfully. Dr. Phil, well, that sounds like a lot for you as parents to deal with. Pearl, it is. Dr. Phil, but as we all know, every story has 2 sides, and Gary will be explaining his after another break. The show fades to commercials. Let's see. This is so funny. There's a few comments of you guys liking my Dr. Phil voice. I'm gonna do a saucy ASMR video with my Dr. Phil voice. I think that will be absolutely perfect. I think it'll be glorious. Let's see. See if anyone... I'm a stronk. Yes, I was having a big stronk. Whatever. Vidif! Vidif! Hello, Vidif. You get to hear my glorious Dr. Phil voice. Ooh. Doughies! I approve of the donuts. Whoever brings me a hash brown, I will love forever. Please bring me nuggies and hash browns. Hey, Jamie! Good to see you too. Can't say I thought I would come say hi. I'm not saying that word. I agree, both parties sound like buttholes. Hopeful. Hello, Hopeful. Hopeful is one of my beloved channel members. And yes, Rose definitely does bring some interesting stories. Thank you, Laura. Lady Flair. Oh, wee, wee, wee. Come on, guys, do it. Oh, wee, wee, wee. Yes, yes. Light is spreading. Yes, yes. It is glorious. Oh, wee, wee, wee. Okay. I probably should have had a tea as well. Okay, so I have to sip my coffee and my water. I need balance. That's it, Jack. Come on. Do it. Do the wee wee wee. I love this character so much. I love doing Dr. Phil. So there's a little story. So when I was sick, I watched a lot of Dr. Phil at home when I was in high school. So I think I may have memorized the voice a bit too well. Alright, back to the readings. Yes, that's it, everyone. A wee wee wee. Yes, yes. Alright. A wee wee wee. I've never had Wendy's, but I do want to try them at some point. Those sound really, really good. I just made a meme. So I'm gonna put that up on the screen and then I'm gonna get back to reading. This is fucking amazing. So the Lord of Memes has blessed us with a meme. So just a second. Okay, it should be on the screen now. Oh, wee wee wee. Look, I didn't a wee 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 that much, alright? It was fine. Everything's fine. Noetic! Hello, lovely. It is good to see you. Noetic, please give your cats a hug from me and tell them that I love them. Please. Oh, yes, hang on. Where is it? I'll post the linky loo while I remember because my brain's gonna go on an adventure. Yay! Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna put up my little notice for when I'm reading, that way people know, so that, okay. Live reading in progress. Ooh, saucy. Hell yeah, Hopeful. Ooh, Silent Hill 2. People have recommended that I play that. I might on my gaming channel. Which I have set up for a live stream at some point. Okay, I need to get back to reading. The ad this time was the Six Flags Fright Fest. I had to admit, I was invested. Like Gary. My brothers had also snuck out occasionally and gotten into mischief. While I wouldn't describe myself as the golden child, I did my best to stay out of trouble. I'd heard many arguments between my parents and my siblings about the stupid things they did. That made me emphasize slightly with Phil and Pearl. I fetched a Diet Dr. Pepper from the fridge. As an aside, I think cherry flavored showed. As an aside, I think cherry flavored sodas should be promoted more around this year, since cherries are red like blood. When I sat back down, there was a Walmart Halloween commercial playing. When that was over, Dr. Phil was once again addressing his at-home audience. Dr. Phil. During the break, Gary stepped away to cool off. Tell us, Gary. Do you think you've calmed down enough to continue? Gary. Yes, I should be fine. Dr. Phil. Good. Oh, sorry. Good. Now, is what your parents said you did true? Gary hesitates before replying. Gary. It is, but my parents didn't tell you why I did it. Dr. Phil. Why'd you do it then? Sorry. Why'd you... Oh, god damn it. Why'd you do it then? I can't do his voice. God damn it. Adam said to me, god damn it, Adam. Hang on. I'll show that in a bit. I'm dying. It's hard to maintain the Texan accent because I'm trying to do his voice as well. Here. Why'd you do it then? Okay, there we go. Dr. Phil, why'd you do it then? No, oh, damn it. Anyway, Gary's expression became smug, as if he had an unbeatable hand in a poker game. Gary. I'm glad you asked, Dr. Phil. You see, we've been dealing with harassment for months by the people of the local church, including my parents. Then some of our members got assaulted, so we thought we deserved some payback. Dr. Phil to Hal and Pearl. Is this true? Both stumble over their words before Pearl responds. Pearl, there was an altercation at a bar. Nobody is sure who started it, but people did get hurt, yes. Hal. It wouldn't have happened if they didn't go where they weren't welcomed. Being out here, corrupting our youth with their brainwashing, it's sickening. Gary. And yet it was fine forcing me to go to church every Sunday when I was little. Before another argument can break out, Dr. Phil cuts in. Dr. Phil. Look, Gary, I don't think what happened was right. The matter of fact is, though, you're clearly devoting too much time to this. I mean, you're a bright young man with your whole future ahead of you. Why engage in this sort of tomfoolery? Gary, it just feels Gary, it just feels good being a bigger part of something out of my own volition. I think everyone deserves that opportunity. In fact, that's the reason I came here. Dr. Phil, resting his chin in his fist. What do you mean exactly? Yeehaw! The yeehaw wasn't included, I'm sorry. That was a good choice. Tomfoolery was a great word for it. Gary. I intend to prove that Zombro is real. The audience gasps, whispering amongst themselves. Hal and Pearl laugh. Gary ignores them and continues. Wait. You want yeehaw, partner? Do you want me to do like a serious yeehaw or like just like, you know, just a joking one? Because I like doing the yeehaw, partner. Every person who's Texans unsubscribes. Like, that was terrible. That was offensive. There's nothing. Yeehaw! I need a Texan hat. You know, a massive, massive Texan hat. And then I will rule all the Texans with my big, big Texan hat. Okay, I need to get back to this, guys. Gary ignores them and continues. Gary, I'm going to invoke the power of Zombro by reading out loud from his sacred text. If I do and nothing happens, I'll never say the word Zombro again. Dr. Phil to Hal and Pearl. What do you two think of all this? Pearl, if this is what it takes to get him to stop, I say go for it. Hal, if he wants to make a fool of himself, he can be my guest. Gary, I'll need to make some preparations. Do you think we can take one more break? Dr. Phil nods and then addresses the camera. Dr. Phil, we'll be back after this. A Count Chocula commercial came on. I reevaluated my position. From my perspective, things were a bit askew. By that I mean, Gary was risking more, whereas his parents weren't having to weren't having to prove their position. Then again, he was the one who proposed it in the first place, so I suppose I can't count against him. I went over to the window to see how dark it was getting. Based on the lighting, it was nearly dusk. Our neighbors were lighting up or inflating their lawn ornaments. My favorite amongst them had a sci-fi theme going on with a xenomorph, Predator, the Thing, and Pennywise the Dancing Clown. The Tim Curry one, since this was years before the remake. I could hear the McDonald's ad for their Halloween pails playing out on the TV. And then the theme indicating Dr. Phil was back on. I sat back down, grabbing my bowl of popcorn. Dr. Phil, during the break, Gary drew this on the floor. Get a close-up of it. A cameraman goes down to a drawn circle on the floor made of chalk. It's surrounded by symbols that look to be a blend of runes and hieroglyphics, containing various objects of nature such as flowers, trees, stars, and the moon in various phases. A creature resembling a cross between a deer and a dragonfly is at the circle center. Dr. Phil, Gary, why don't you explain this to us? Gary, this is known as Zombero's seal. It will act as a conduit to allow his power to flow through me. All I require to do this is an offering. Dr. Phil, now, wait just one moment. You're not going to do something drastic, are you? Because we can't show that on TV. Gary, laughing, It's nothing that will set off the sensors. I promise. Reaching into his cloak, he pulls out a lighter, and then a small jar containing a dead dragonfly wrapped in cloth. He unscrews the lid, pouring the bug onto the seal center. Gary, I'm almost ready to begin. Thank you everyone for being patient with me. I just need to open the Tome of Zomberism to the right page. He flips through multiple until putting his finger on the correct one. Gary, alright, stand back. He lights the dragonfly on fire. Then he starts reading from the book, the language which is reminiscent of chirping insects. This continues uninterrupted for several moments. I was feeling an immense second-hand embarrassment for Gary, especially seeing his parents' reactions. His mother was putting her face in her hand and shaking her head. Meanwhile, his dad was trying to keep from laughing. That changed with what occurred next. Dr. Phil is about to go over to Gary and tell him to stop, when suddenly the seal star begins glowing, flashing rapidly between orange and purple. The audience gasps as a smoke in these colors rises above the circle. Then it flies to Gary, going up his nostrils. He exhales. Gary. It's complete. Silence is thick in the air before Dr. Phil responds. Dr. Phil, with a slight stutter, well, what happens now? Gary, grinning like a crazy person. I'll tell you what, Dr. Phil. Retribution. What happened next is the craziest shit I've ever seen on TV. Gary points at Dr. Phil, who involuntarily jerks back. Gary then points his index finger upward, resulting in Dr. Phil being lifted, yelling into the air. With a single flick, he is hurled headfirst into some stage lights, making them spark. His corpse twitches due to the current flowing through it, and then goes still. I could see why my parents enjoyed this show now. This was awesome. Or that's what I thought, while still under the assumption it has to be staged. Everyone is screaming and trying to head for the exits. Branches materialize in front of the doors, blocking them off. Gary, our time is at hand, and it's time the world knows we are a force to be reckoned with. The naysayers must pay. He smiles, turning to his trembling parents. Gary, what does your God say about me now, Mum and Dad? Pearl, voice quivering. Gary, please, we only wanted what was best for you. Hal, you've done it now. He pulls out a crucifix necklace from under his collar and holds it up like a shield. Hal, by the power of Christ, you are compelled. The accent changes every time. This has no apparent effect on Gary as he continues walking to his parents. Hal repeats what he says several times, growing more panicked each time he says it. Gary makes a lifting motion with his hand, resulting in vines sprouting from the floor, wrapping around Hal and Pearl. Gary then makes a gesture similar to Darth Vader's force choke from Star Wars. The vines squeeze around their throats, bulging out their eyes. Their necks are then snapped, with their bodies immediately going limp. Gary, this is just the beginning. And now you will know to respect the name of Cackling interrupts him. The camera pans to show Dr. Phil standing and brushing glass off his clothes. Gary's jaw is almost on the floor. Gary, but how? You were dead. I saw it. Dr. Phil, smirking. Well, maybe you didn't do it right. Why don't you try again? Gary summons multiple spiked vines and hurls them at Dr. Phil, who stops them merely by putting up a hand. He then snaps his fingers and they burst into ash. Dr. Phil to Gary, what's wrong? Cat got your tongue? Gary, no! This can't be! Dr. Phil bellows with laughter. Dr. Phil, oh, Gary, did you really think you're the only practitioner of the dark arts? I've been into it for years. Now, you're gonna see what a true pro can do. Gary attempts to flee, removing branches from the Gary attempts to flee, removing branches from a nearby exit. Dr. Phil sucks in a deep breath, and then Dr. Phil sucks in a deep breath, and then exhales a jet of blue fire, incinerating Gary, who perishes and shrieking in agony, and the rest of the doors are unblocked. The audience tries making their escape, only for columns of fire to rise up before then. Dr. Phil, bellowing, "Sit back down. Just because the twerp is gone doesn't mean any of you are getting out of here." Reluctantly, the audience members return to their seats. Dr. Phil, "That's better. Now, I have some announcements to make. For too long, I've had to share the talk show spotlight with people such as Jerry Springer and Maury. They are mere ants before the mighty Phil. And this indignity shall be suffered no longer." I won't lie, I didn't have a fucking clue what was going on anymore. Dr. Phil then pauses, sniffing the air. Dr. Phil, "I sense unwanted activity being committed by my at-home audience." I pause with a handful of candy corn and popcorn to my mouth. Isn't this supposed to be pre-recorded? I wondered aloud. That's when the air shifted in a way that's hard to explain. The best way I can describe it is that everything became too still. Dr. Phil, I think they deserve to be part of the experience. Suddenly, there was a blinding flash of light, causing me to yell out in surprise. I then found myself before Dr. Phil. Before I could process what was going on, there were people besides me freaking out and running around. "Silence!" Wait, "Silence!" Dr. Phil roared, quietening them down. "You're all here because you chose to break the #1 rule of Phil. Thou shalt not record my likeness without my express written permission." I could only watch on in horror as flames spewed from his fingertips, incinerating everyone. The smell was unlike anything I'd ever come across, and it took all my will to keep my food down. I tried to get away. Unfortunately, as the exits were walled by demonic fire, I had no means of escape. "Going somewhere?" Dr. Phil asked. Turning around, a chill went through my body as I met eyes with Dr. Phil. In them were the worst parts of avarice and an insatiable lust for power. Something made him stop and glance down. It was my snack bowl. He picked up, reaching inside and pulling out a handful of the food. "Candy corn!" he bellowed. That's the worst candle there is." He threw the bowl on the ground, breaking it. Then he advanced in my direction, glare ablaze with fury. I was panicking, hardly able to process what was happening. You won't get away with this. People will oh wait, no, that was wrong character. "You won't get away with this. People will see you for what you are." He stopped, squinting his eyes, and then burst into another fit of laughter, doubling over as he did. "You naive fool. The only people recording with their DVRs will be able to see what really happened tonight. Everyone else will think it's just a normal episode of the show. Now, why don't you hold... No, now, Why don't you make this easy on yourself and hold still? I promise to make it quick. Sporting a predatory grin, he raised a hand, swirling around. He raised a hand, swirling with an amber-colored energy. I closed my eyes, knowing full well that my fate was sealed. Heat was building, and I could already feel sweat trickling down my face. What do we have here? Suddenly the heat went away. What do we have here? Suddenly, the heat went away, opening my eyes. I turned and was surprised to see none other than Oprah Winfrey standing in the studio. For the first time, nervousness crept into Dr. Phil. Oprah, what are you doing here? He asked, stuttering slightly. I happened to be in the area and thought I would drop by. A little birdie told me you were having some problems. Oprah briefly regarded the smoldering bodies on the floor. It's a shame you had to turn out this way, Phil. I had high hopes for you. Dr. Phil was hyperventilating now. Then he collected himself and smirked. I don't have to fear you. My power has risen in ways your feeble mind can't begin to comprehend. Allow me to demonstrate. Dr. Phil held his hands apart, like in those old Subway $5 footlong commercials. A bowl. I've forgotten how to pronounce words now. Send help. I need to rest my throat for just a quick bit. Tormy! Hey, Tormy! I'm gonna have a quick rest, so... yeah. I'm gonna post up the meme. Just gonna leave a space. So the Lord of Memes blessed us with a meme, so I'm gonna put that up. What do you all think of the story so far? Let me know, let me know. This is amazing. I love this story. It's so good. Let's see. Alright. I think with the meme, Adam, if you're still here, I think Vidith, felt this way as well before he complied with the oh wee wee wee. Oh wee wee wee. Oh, another meme. Okay, just a sec, guys. I'll put up both memes now while we're on the break. Okay, so there's that one. Oh, wait, it's coming up one. Hang on. There we go. We'll move it. Okay, so I had to move that one. I'm just gonna grab the other one. Oh, this is so good. I love this so much. Amazing. I love it. It's so good. Oh, no. There's still more to come. It is over an hour. Alright, guys. I will have a quick stretchy stretch. Just a sec. I'll post up the memes so you have something to look at. Look, a distraction. when it decides to open up. There we go. I'll leave you with a meme to look at, so, you know. Okay, be right back. Okay, I have returned. Thank you for your patience. All the memes are up. These are good. These are really, really good. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, wee. No, it's okay. I can keep it up there. It is really cool. It's a really cool story idea, Rose. I really appreciate you letting me read it too. It's really cool. Let's see. All right. I'm just gonna add the notice that the live reading has begun yet again. In progress. Ooh. A ball of fire was forming between them. In seconds, it was double the size of his body. He raised it above his head. Sensing the danger, I dove for cover under a wall. Sorry, I dove for cover behind a wall near a door. I looked back, seeing that Dr. Phil's attack was ready. HARPER appeared unconcerned. I was checking herself out in a makeup mirror. I shall be in your shadow no longer. What was that? Jesus. I shall be in your shadow no longer, Dr. Phil roared, hurling the flaming sphere at her. I ducked moments before the impact. The inferno burst made what I witnessed seem far. The inferno burst made what I'd seen thus far seem akin to kids burning their hands on the stove. I peeked my head out to find all the audience members as well as the camera crew were smoldering skeletons. Holy smokes, I thought in disbelief. Speaking of smoke, that's all there was where the attack had hit its mark. Dr. Phil started cackling triumphantly. She was no match for the mighty. His breath hitched. The now clearing smoke revealed Oprah filing her nails. Dr. Phil stared in disbelief. Are you done? Are you done? Oprah asked him, tossing the nail file aside. Let me show you the true meaning of power. Dr. Phil attempted escaping. Oprah didn't give him the chance. With a glare that cracked with electrical chilliness, he was rooted to the spot. Then she walked over to him as tears were streaming down his face. Please, Oprah, I didn't mean it, he said. It won't happen again. Suddenly, a warm smile came over Oprah. She caressed his face in an almost motherly way. Oh, Phil. You know I'd never do anything to hurt you. He sniffled. Really? No. She jammed her thumb into his forehead. Ice crystals were appearing all over his body. All he could do was scream. Then his jaw stretched so wide, his jaw ripped apart. The only mercy granted was that he was too cold to register the pain. A cloud full of sparkly ice crystals came from his mouth, resulting in him becoming frozen solid. Oprah consumed it, and a euphoric expression came over her. Dr. Phil's corpse fell down, shattering. I glanced around for a way out. I noticed the flames blocking the exits were gone. Not taking my eyes off Oprah, I made my way to one of the double doors. I nearly reached them and faced my sight forward. I gasped, skittering to a stop to find Oprah in front of me. "Where do you think you're going?" In her eyes was only coldness. "I swear I won't tell anyone. Who would even believe me?" Oprah studied me as if I was something under a microscope. "I can't believe another one broke." The one who spoke those words was Robin McCaw. McGraw? There we go. Robin McGraw, Dr. Phil's wife. Oprah went past me into her. They stared at each other for a moment, and then smiled. "It's been too long," Oprah said as they were hugging each other. "How's your son?" "Just great. How are you doing these days?" I don't know, I can't remember how she sounds. "How are you doing these days?" "You know, the usual. That damn frozen head in California keeps getting in the way of me taking over the world, though." "Don't worry. I'm sure you'll be rid of him someday." As they were talking, I absent-mindedly picked up one of Dr. Phil's arms. The insanity has gotten to me. "What the fuck is going on?" I shouted, smashing it against the wall. Instantly, I regretted my outburst, as their attention was on me. "I suppose I can indulge you. The man known as Dr. Phil isn't a real person, merely a copy." "Like a clone?" "That's right," Robin interjected. "The one you met today was the latest in a series that Oprah and I created in our secret lab." "You think Mother Nature would organically create someone so weird looking? Fuck. Burn! Jeez, that's so brutal." I thought it was gonna be Yuri time too, Laura. I'm dying. Oh, this is good. This is really, really good. Ooh, damn. Hey. Don't worry about it, Laura. Don't worry about it. My head was spinning as I was processing this information. Robin sighed. "That's a shame. I thought for sure this one wouldn't detect. Sorry. It's a shame. I thought for sure this one wouldn't defect. Oh well. Hopefully the new one lasts longer." "How many times has this happened exactly?" I asked. Robin looked at Oprah, who shrugged and answered, "At least a dozen or so." "Okay. So what happens now?" Sippy sip. They exchanged a glance. "Since my bestie is here, I suppose I can let you go," Oprah told me. The relief at those words was indescribable. "You better thank her before she changes her mind," Robin said. "Thank you," I replied, bowing my head to Oprah. "You can leave now," she said. "But I don't know how I'm going to get back home." She rolled her eyes, then with a single flick, I was consumed by a blue vortex. Yelling, I was launched back into our living room and into the couch, nearly toppling it over. The DVR cracked, and in a split-second reaction time, I jumped behind the sofa. Then the DVR exploded. I stood up. At that moment, my family came in. Apparently, my cousin's party was cut short when she drunkenly tried backflipping off a table, breaking one of her legs. My dad saw the pieces of burnt plastic all over the floor and demanded an explanation. The best I could come up with was the outlet being faulty. My mum scolded him, saying that she kept telling him to have someone else look at it. Night came, and I tried my best to let the festivities distract me from the crazy shit I experienced. I passed out candy to kids, jealous of their innocence to the dangers of the world. Then my brothers and I helped ourselves to some of that candy, while binging some sci-fi horror movies. I'll conclude with two pieces of advice. The first is never to watch Dr. Phil. The second is never fuck with Oprah. Never fuck with Oprah. And that's that one. So what did you all think? I love this story. It's so chaotic. I love it. Sippy sip time. Woo! So changing the status. There we go. Well, let me know what your thoughts in the comments, yeah? Also, don't forget to leave a likey-loo on the stream too. Those always greatly help me out. Let's see. Hello, Hasafel. Welcome to the stream. It is good to see you. So, Oprah is a daytime television show presenter. Basically, it's said that she's got a lot of power in Hollywood as well. Allegedly. I don't... Lady reads My Immortal. You know, I might do that someday, because that sounds like a lot of fun. This is really good. Thank you very much for letting everyone bestow love upon Rosé for that story. That was really good. Joshua, new fave story. Josh says, story was an accurate depiction of the Dr. Phil show. Yes, it was highly accurate. It was great. Like, I shouldn't have listened sober. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Yes, Adam, I agree. It is all based on a true story. The biggest true story ever. Hey, Rooster! Rooster is one of my beloved channel members. Welcome, welcome. Look, the keyboard is still alive. So when I hit 5k subscribers, I will be showing my old keyboard. I will be doing an old keyboard reveal. I'll show, you know what? I'll show the current one as well. I will up the ante. Cletus and Metus. Oh yes, I forgot the name that people gave my old keyboard. Keyboard Graveyard Tour. God damn. No, hey, no, my keyboard is stuck with me forever. Key Cletus in loving memory. Look, it's not that bad. Look, the new keyboard still has both of its legs. It has all of its keys. It has all of its lettering. The spacebar is starting to get a little bit janky, but you know what? It's fine. I've had this keyboard since January, I think. It's fine. Everything's fine. So we're gonna talk for a little bit and then we're going to do the second story, which I'm really looking forward to. It's been a while since I've done a live reading for you guys. Oh, I do have some updates that I would like to share with you all. Basically, Okay, Houseful. Um, so next week I will be joined by Dr. Tormy. So that should be a fun stream. I will also be having a Halloween stream at nighttime, or my nighttime, on my Halloween. So on Hallows Eve. So I hope to see you all there as well. I'm not sure if I'll be joined by any guests or what, but yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Oh, Tommy, I was just telling them that you're going to be on my stream next week. Yes, next week. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So basically, we're just going to be hanging out and having a good time and all that good stuff. Lady, how does it feel to be 7,005 years old? Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to set up the next story. Just so we're nice and organized and prepared. Okay. Also, I'm pretty sure everyone here so far is in the Discord server, but could one of my mods post a linky loo to the server? So the server is becoming more active now. So you can join in on all the shenanigans. I do occasionally go into the working VC or the gaming VC. So, yeah. So people are welcome to come join. You make it bigger. Okay, just gonna make it a little easier. Okay, there we go. Oh, a wee wee wee. Yes, yes, indeed. There's lots of a wee wee wee. Hey, Zoop. Welcome to the stream. Zoop is one of my beloved channel members. It is good to see you. I'm not seeing an Android button to send thanks on my end. I want to encourage you to know more Slavic voices for characters. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. But yes, there'll be a lot of a wee wee wee. Okay, so guys, you know the routine. Put love hearts in the chat if you're ready for the next story. Ooh. And we can begin. There we go. Yeah, the first thing you did as an adult was join my... Aw. Okay, waiting for... God damn it, Adam. I was gonna say something, but I can't say that on stream. I have to be relatively well behaved. Oh, I see, Tommy. No, it's okay, Tommy. I appreciate you coming. Thank you. DM it to me. Okay. Ooh. Alrighties. Indeed, only the true Sigmas join my Discord. It's okay, look, when I read the stories I write, there's probably about 90%, not 90, probably about 30% of the recording is me going, what? What was that? What does that even mean? Why'd I write this? And then I scream. It's fine. Oh my. Alright guys, so gonna put the thing up. Live reading in progress. Let's do this. Someone down. This one is called I don't know if it's gonna get me in trouble if I say this. Devil's Lettuce Exorcism. No, Adam, you can never be free. It was the weekend of Halloween. Since we had those days off, my friends / co-workers, Robbie and Tyrone, decided to hang out at my place and smoke some devil's lettuce. Things were going fine at first, venting about work, eating junk food, watching 80s slasher movies, and busting a gut at things that weren't... Sorry, ooh. And busting a gut at things that weren't that funny. That was until my roommate, Keith, became possessed during his out-of-town trip for a family reunion. Unbeknownst to me, he'd received a gift from a distant relative, containing some sort of statue resembling... Sorry, some sort of statue resembling oh my god. Containing some sort of statue resembling... Sorry, resembling? There we go. Some obscure deity. The name was along the lines of Varvox the Ender. The idol he received was the head of an ant attached to the body of a snake, with a scorpion stinger and arms like a lobster. Over the course of a week, the entity worked within its influence into him. Sorry, Ooh, blueberry. Ow. The entity within worked its influence into him, allowing for possession. We were watching Friday the 13th, the final chapter, when shit hit the fan. Who do you think would win if Jason and Michael fought? Our friend Robbie asked. We responded with either eye rolls or groans. He had a habit of invoking versus discussions whenever we watched movies. These never resolved and only served to give anyone foolish enough to engage a migraine. Who gives a shit? Tyrone responded. Hey, Casey, got any snacks? I think I've got some frozen curly fries and leftover pizza, I replied. Hell yeah! Heat it up. I went into the kitchen, which is near the front door. As I got out the fries and put them on a baking tray, I heard a lock turning, followed by the door swinging open and my roommate stumbling in. He almost fell over, catching himself on the wall at the last second. "Are you good?" His neck whipped in my direction. I repeated myself, louder this time. He only tilted his head, as if He only tilted his head, as if I was speaking another language to him. Then he went out of the kitchen. Figuring he was drunk, and hoping he hadn't driven home, I continued what I was doing. Let's see. After putting the food in the oven and setting the timer, I went back to the living room. "What's with Keith?" Robbie inquired. "Beats me. Probably had a few at the bar," I replied. "That's irresponsible as shit," Tyrone said. "Yeah, but not much we can do about it. Some people just have to learn the hard way." "So what are we watching next?" I've been meaning to watch one called Pumpkinhead. Have either of you seen it? They told me they hadn't. We enjoyed our fries and pizza while watching along with some Coca-Cola and Capri Sun. It was around the halfway point when there was a crash from upstairs. "You guys mind pausing for a minute?" I asked. You guys mind pausing for a minute? I asked, now irritated. They said they were fine with it, and I went to check on Keith. I swear to God, if he fell into the water... Oh my God. My mouth's like... Swear to God, if he fell into the wall again, I thought. He and I weren't exactly friends. To summarize the dynamic, I can't recall a single time he did the dishes. If he wasn't inappropriately hitting on women at his security job, he was one ticket away from having his license permanently revoked. Hey, man, are you okay in there? I asked after knocking on his door. When I didn't hear a reply, I tried the knob, finding it unlocked. My mouth fell open at the disarray before me. Even for what I had come to expect of him, this was horrible. It was like a literal bomb had gone off. Broken glass was everywhere, and the walls were cracked and covered with soot. Keith's bed was overturned, and when I looked up, my jaw hit the floor. His laptop was wedged into the ceiling and was sticking halfway out. Holy fucking shit, I screamed, prompting Robbie and Tyrone to come upstairs to see what all the commotion was about. They were rendered temporarily speechless at what they saw. What the fuck happened in here? Tyrone asked me. Does it look like I know? I'm just as lost as you guys are. Dirty dishes and not cutting the Dirty dishes and not putting the fan on after using the bathroom is one thing. But when I see that mother effer again, I'm going to bash his face in. Yo, man, chill. Tyrone handed me an edible that I broke off a piece of. Consuming it calmed me down some. Where is Keith anyway? Robbie asked. That was a good question, and it was only then I realized he was nowhere to be seen. Come to think of, we didn't hear anything akin to footsteps upstairs prior to the mess he'd made, nor did we see him come back down to leave. A breath came in, making us all turn. Seeing that Keith's window was open, with the curtains blowing in the breeze. Making my way over while avoiding any shards, I peered outside. What do you see? Tyrone asked. Keith knocked over a Oh my god, my mouth is not working. Just a sec. Sorry, my bad. There we go. Let's see. Hang on. Sorry about that. That was a good question. And it was only then I realized he was nowhere to be seen. Come to think of, we didn't hear anything akin to footsteps upstairs prior to the mess he'd made. Nor did we see him come back down to leave. A draft came in, making us all turn, seeing that Keith's window was open, with the curtains blowing in the breeze. Making my way over while avoiding any shards, I peered outside. "What do you see?" Tyrone asked. "Well, Keith knocked over a street lamp again, and Robbie, he may have scraped your car." "He did what?" Robbie cried out, enraged. Trash cans were overturned, and there were skid marks running through several yards. "Do you guys mind waiting a bit longer so I can set this up?" They replied that they were cool with that. Shortly later, I was sweeping the last bits of glass into a dustpan and dumping it in the garbage. As I was tying the bag, I glanced out the window and noticed a patrol car pulling up. If it wasn't one thing, it was another. Throwing my head back in his I hate that word. That word's mean to me. Throwing my head back in screaming. Throwing my head back in exasperation, I raced back downstairs. "What's wrong?" Tyrone asked. "Fucking cops are here." "Ah, man, this whole place smells like weed." "I know. I'm going outside." Hide the stuff and try to mask the smell. "With what?" Robbie called after me as I was going out the front door. I tried appearing casual as the cop approached me, as if I was just coming out for fresh air. I made sure to seem surprised to be seeing him. "Do you live here?" he asked. "Yeah," I replied. "Can I help you with something?" He explained that he'd found Keith's car abandoned on the wrong side of the road, and they traced his license back to our address. "Did he happen to be acting strange before he left?" "I mean, he did sound kind of out of it when he got back." "From where?" "Family reunion. And I think he had one too many while he was there, if you catch my drift. Anyway, I thought he would just sleep it off." "Do you mind if I take a look inside?" That question caught me off guard, but I nodded in response. He followed me back in where Robbie and Tyrone were now playing Left 4 Dead 2. And he's... Oh, god damn it, I messed up the mute. I'm so sorry about the sneeze. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the sneeze. Oh dearie dearie me. More generic Eastern European unlock? I'll give it a go. Yeah, Zoop, it should be near the emojis in the chat. Let's see. Fresman! Hello, Fresman. The good Fresman has arrived. Hello, Zia. Good to see you, yeah. Thank you, thank you. Alright, I'm going to get rolling with this story. The scent of lavender Febreze was thick in the air. The cop wrinkled his nose. Have any of you been doing drugs? Nah, we say in unison, which probably didn't help our case. Likely deciding a drug charge wasn't worth his time, the cop asked me to show him Keith's room. How do you handle living with this guy? He asked me, upon seeing the state it was in. One day at a time. He did a cursory search of the area. Well, if he happens to come back here, give us a call. Will do. As he was leaving, he accidentally bumped into the mattress. Something hit the floor, rolling into view. It was a stone figurine. The officer picked it up, looking at me questioningly. His radio then went off. Al, come in, we need backup. Holding the statue to me, he responded to his frantic-sounding partner. John, what's going on? Jesus Christ, it's bad. I've never seen anything like it. John, slow down. Where are you right now? Under my car. Gasping suddenly, John lowers his voice to a whisper. As he spoke, a chill is spreading throughout my mildly high body. I can see his feet. I can see his feet. He tore through so many people like paper. We couldn't stop him. Get the biggest guns we have and get over here, please. There was a sound as if something metallic and heavy was being lifted. Screaming now. John was now in a struggle with the perpetrator. And from the sounds of it, was losing. Then there was another voice that was similar to Keith's, except it was deeper, and like it was coming out of a cicada. Peekaboo, little pig. Peekaboo, little piggy. I just love the smell of bacon. No, please. The next noise was akin to a blast furnace going off, followed by crunching. John? Al said. John! The eerie voice spoke again through John's radio. Was this your friend? It asked. You son of a bitch! What did you do to him? What didn't I do to him? You should have seen it. He was crying. And I'm pretty sure he pissed himself. That's why I only ate his upper half. I don't know who or what you are, but you are fucking dead when I find you. Is that right? How about I make things easy for both of us and come to you? Laughing with arrogance, the cop replied, Bring it then. I'm at the place you left. My heart sank when he said that. Very good. See you soon. The officer ended contact with the creature. Why the hell did you tell him to come back here? Trust me, I have a plan. The plan should be getting the fuck out of Dodge. Would you relax? I got way more I got way more firepower in my car than the others did. I always make sure I'm prepared. Well, that did seem excessive. Under the given circumstances, I was happy this was the case. You and your friends just sit by and watch me bag this bastard. I caught Robbie and Tyrone up to speed. Then we were all standing outside, about to watch the showdown of the century. Why aren't we just leaving again? Robbie asked. Because none of us can be a designated driver, Tyrone replied. The air became deathly still then, indicating that any nearby wildlife could sense the approaching danger. Even Al, who was casually resting upon his cruiser, had a look of concern come over him. Opening his car door, he pulled an automatic rifle and loaded it up. Keith came running on all fours. Under the streetlights, we could see that he was covered in blood and bits of flesh. He reminded us of some feral beast that only existed for the pleasure of the hunt. Sniffing the air for a few moments, his eyes fell on Al. "You're the one I spoke with, correct?" He grinned. Beads of sweat were dripping down Al's face. Despite that, he too forced a smile. "That's right, and I'm gonna take you down." With a battle cry, he brought up his weapon, firing upon Keith. Several of our neighbors lifted their curtains to see what was going on, then immediately put them back down. People in our neighborhood have a strict, out-of-sight, out-of-mind approach to dealing with problems. For a while, we were hopeful since our shots were hitting their mark. Keith's body was jerking back and forth as it was being riddled with bullets. Eventually, pulling the trigger only resulted in clicking. Then Keith went limp, collapsing to the street. Al turned to us, smirking. What did I tell y'all? Nothing to it. He was about to walk over to us when suddenly someone was standing behind him. We glanced over to where Keith was, seeing he was gone. We tried warning Al and were too late. Keith backhanded him, sending him sliding and causing him to cry out in pain. Our "oh shit" meters were back on, and in the red, Al scrambled to his feet as Keith was walking towards him. All his wounds were healing themselves. "No, it can't be. I shot you. I shot you with every single one." "You did. And if it makes you feel any better, that fucking hurt. Now then, officer. What will you Now then, officer. What will your next move be?" Trembling now, Al pulled out his handgun, squeezing out multiple shots in desperation. Instead of taking them head on again, Keith, or rather, the entity possessing him, instead chose to evade. The way it moved made us think it was multiplying itself, until we realized it was simply moving incomprehensibly fast. Soon, Al's handgun was also out of ammo. He glanced from us back to Keith, who was grinning like a hungry hyena. "Fuck this," Al said. He tried escaping by getting his cruiser to escape. However, Keith caught up to him, lifting him by his neck. "What's the matter, Al? I thought you were going to take me down." Tears were streaming down Al's face, and he was too scared to speak. We were too afraid to move, only able to watch on what was going to happen next. I hope you were as tasty as he was, Keith laughed. His jaw and arms grew to unnatural proportions. When he lowered a struggling owl feet first into his mouth and began chomping on him. The cries he let out will haunt me to my grave. Then again, that's another reason why I'm a pothead. Keith gave us a predatory smile. It was only then did it occur to us to do the inside. We locked the front door and proceeded to barricade it. Sippy sips. Every sippy sip is a good sippy sip. Let's see. Do you think this will keep him out? Robbie asked. I don't know. I hope so, I replied. We should have just called an Uber, Tyrone said. At that moment, a sharp bang at the door made us all flinch. Putting an index finger to my lips, I motioned for us to leave out the back. Unfortunately, when I opened the door, Keith appeared in front of us, letting out a demonic roar. Screaming, we fell back. Going somewhere? He asked, stepping inside. Who are you? Why are you doing this? I replied. It was then that Zarzox introduced himself and explained that Keith's great aunt Margaret was up in age and had given him the stone idol that was sealing away the deity's power. Nobody else wanted the responsibility, and he was drunk enough to agree. That moron dropped it on the floor and broke it, allowing me to escape. It did take some time getting used to this body. That's why I wasn't able to kill you guys right away. That changes now, though, and with this last meal, my full power can be unleashed. What exactly are you the god of? Tyrone inquired. All kinds of things. The void, desolation, human sacrifices, cutting in line, traffic jams. This is good, so good. So good. I'm gonna leave it there for a little bit and say hello to chat. What are you all up to? Let's see. Oh, Skinwalker. Dun dun dun. Let's see. Let's see. Get out the grenades. Welcome back, Heel. Welcome back. Do I need to be able to read to participate in this stream? No. You're good. I remember, so back in the day with my streams, Fresman wouldn't say hello. Well, he would, but like then he'd add, I can't read. And I agree, Heel. Rose is an amazing writer. Traffic jams suck. Hell yeah, Nat. So there's still a good bit of the way to go, but I'm just gonna rest my throat and we're gonna have a quick chatty chat for just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah. I'm really enjoying these stories so far. Oh, thank you, Heel. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Chitty chatty, chitty. Yes, lots of chatting, lots of yapping. Hanging out with you guys. It's a lot of fun. Alright. Soon we shall be getting back to the rest of the story. But this is a lot of fun. Alright. Let's do it. It feels so much later for me. Like, it is. Well, I mean, technically it is, but I'm just... My body still hasn't my body still hasn't adjusted to the time difference. It's like, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Varvox counted them on his fingers as he was listing them off. Not to mention consumption, fire, and all things smoke-related. Wait, Robbie said. When you smoke, does that include weed? Yes. Why do you ask? Robbie glanced at us before returning his attention back to Varvox. We weren't sure what his plan was. Varvox, we challenge you to a smoke-off. This is good. This is goddamn. Rose is one of the best writers when it comes to horror comedy, I swear. We stared at Robbie, stunned. There was a heavy silence in the air as Varvox cocked Keith's head to the side. Then he threw it back, howling with laughter. That's rich. You think you have what it takes to beat me? Nobody has won a smoke-off against me in my entire 3.4 million years of life. We can and we will. This is why I love mortals. You try things even when you have no chance of success. You're not backing out then? Varvox scoffed. Of course not. But we need to lay out terms of the game. The rules were simple. Whoever coughed first when taking a hit, or became too stoned to move, would lose. I'll make this a little more fair, Varvox told us. Seeing as how you all seem to be pretty blazed, I'll take on the three of you. What are your terms? If we win, you have to leave Keith and go back to where you came. Robbie said, Very well. And if I win, you three and your families will become vessels for my minions. Our families? I said, hesitantly. That's right. Could we get a moment to discuss things? Varvox gestured in agreement, and then we huddled together. Guys, I don't know about this. Me either, Tyrone replied. What if my grandma gets possessed? Yeah, she's nice. And her peach cobbler is to die for. It is. Look, we don't have a choice, Robbie said, because if we don't... He turned to Varvox, who was eating some of our pizza and curly fries. What did you say you were going to do again? Robbie asked. Build my army and usher in another 100,000 years of darkness and suffering upon your pathetic realm. Oh, sorry, hang on. Wait, eating. Oh, I've got props. I can eat for this. Hang on. Oh. Build my army and usher in over 100,000 years of darkness and suffering upon your pathetic realm. Aren't you all grateful for the bloopers? Authentic. Ooh. Varvox answered through a mouthful of food. Right, that. We didn't want to do it. However, the ultimatum didn't offer us a way out. Have you decided yet? Varvox called out to us, tossing his empty plate aside, wedging it in the wall. The three of us exchanged a glance. Then Robbie stepped forward. Let's do this. Varvox smiled, breathing deeply through his nostrils. You feel that? It's midnight, devil's night. With a wave of his hand, Varvox summoned the most magnificent bong any of us had ever laid eyes on. It was made of some sort of orange crystal with purple swirls decorating it. Do you want to flip a coin? Varvox asked. You're our guest. You go first. Once the bong was loaded, Varvox lit it up, taking a massive hit from it without breaking a sweat. He exhaled a cloud of smoke that filled the room. Then he smiled and motioned to Robbie. Nervously, we watched while he stepped forward. He put up a good fight. Sadly, though, after roughly 10 minutes of him and Varvox passing the bong back and forth, he let out a cough. Ah, no, I said. You lose, Varvox laughed. Sorry, guys, Robbie regretfully told us. Varvox exhaled a black mist towards Robbie, enveloping him. What's happening to him? Tyrone demanded. You'll see, Varvox gleefully responded. The mist cleared, revealing Robbie was now growing Nerd's candy all over his body. We were rendered speechless. You like that, Varvox said. The taste of human flesh gets tiresome after a while, so I decided to mix it up. I wonder what foods I should change you two into. Tyrone's fist clenched in anger. You won't be changing us into anything when we beat you. Varvox listened, not taking Tyrone seriously, which only enraged him further. Well, your friend will go back to normal if you do. Until then. Varvox made a beckoning motion with his finger, and the black mist was absorbed into the bong. Robbie's face appeared on it, and I nearly shat myself. I bet your friend misses you two. Why don't make this easy and join him? A fire of determination lit up in Tyrone's eyes, the likes of which I hadn't seen since he beat a team of racist Call of Duty players on Xbox Live. He lasted longer than Robbie did. Varvox was impressed with his tenacity. And there was a moment when I thought Tyrone would be victorious. As Varvox inhaled, something caught in his throat. I gasped, thinking it was it, until he tensed his muscles, grinning and exhaling a stream of smoke through his clenched teeth. Struggling now, Tyrone attempted taking another hit. It was no use. He was too high and his body went limp. Tyrone, no, get up, I called to him. The black mist was coming towards him. With an accepting smile, he turned his head to me. It's up to you now, Casey. Don't let this whack motherfucker win. It turned his body into ice cream, like that one weird-ass commercial. Then his face appeared alongside Robbie's. Holy shit, I whispered to myself. It was up to me, and to put it bluntly, I thought I was fucked. Robbie and Tyrone were stoners long before I was, with far more experience. They taught me everything I knew. Sorry, they taught me everything I know. I didn't think it would be enough. I'm waiting, Varvox arrogantly said. Hurry up. I have places to be. Time slowed to a snail's pace as I took hold of that bong. I glanced over at my friends' transformed bodies, then closed my eyes, inhaling and exhaling deeply. I closed my eyes and raised the mouthpiece. The bong must have enhanced the weed's intensity, because as soon as I took a hit, it was like there was a smoke factory inside my chest. Luckily, my lungs held true, and I managed not to cough, then passed the bong to Varvox. This went on long enough to surpass Tyrone's time. What was your name again? Casey. You know what, Casey? I'm impressed. Nobody has lasted this long against me in a long time. How about we make a new deal? We can end this and you serve under me. You get a nice spot and all the devil's lettuce you desire. Admittedly, the offer was tempting. I shook my head. Never. A true stoner never turns on their bros. Varvox's face dropped with disapproval. Have it your way then. It won't be long before you and your friends are reunited. Although I wanted to prove him wrong, Although I wanted to prove him wrong, I wasn't seeing a way to win. Then an idea came to me. One of the rules said the player would lose if they coughed. It didn't, however, specify the way it needed to occur. As I was taking my final hit, I formed a plan. Wait just a sec. It was half-assed, but it was my only option. Thankfully, I had some frozen bean burritos before my friends arrived, and was now feeling my stomach bubbling. As Varvox was breathing in through the bong, I let out a sharp and slightly painful fart, causing him to burst out in laughter and erupt in a series of coughs. His eyes widened in shock. No, this can't be, you underhanded piece of shit. Underhanded or not, you coughed and you know what that means. You lose, Varvox. Enraged, he levitated and held a golden aura enveloped him. No, he screamed. There was a brilliant flash of light, temporarily blinding me. When my vision was back, I saw that everyone was back to normal. Way to go, man, Robbie said, patting me on the back. Yeah, we knew you could do it, Tyrone added. Thanks, guys. I think we all deserve credit for this one. For once, this was a group assignment we actually liked doing. We shared a laugh at that. Low groaning interrupted us. Fuck me, my head hurts, Keith said, sitting up. I'm glad that's over. Wait, you knew what was going on? I asked. Huh? Oh, yeah. I was trapped in this mind space place. Super freaky, and there was this portal thing that let me see what was happening. Anyway, I'm just glad we can put this crazy night behind us. I sucked in through my teeth. Yeah, sorry to say, but even if it isn't your fault, You still technically killed a bunch of people, and there's no way in hell we're vouching for you. Later, we were watching Keith get put in the back of a police cruiser. Well, that wraps that up, Robbie said. Do you think this means we'll have more time off? Maybe. Knowing management, though, I wouldn't bet on it, Tyrone replied. So, what do you all want to do? How about finishing the movie, I suggested. They agreed. Then we watched the rest of Pumpkinhead while eating what was left of the fries and pizza before falling asleep. Keith's absence was an issue, since it meant I didn't have enough to cover rent. Coincidentally, Tyrone's lease was almost up, and he agreed to move in. All in all, I would say things worked out. Aside from the frequent nightmares about Varvox, that is. Wherever he is, hopefully he stays trapped there. I still have that statue, and have it since it had it repaired. Something tells me, if Varvox ever returns, it will come in handy. I get the feeling if he does come back, he'll be wanting some payback because being defeated by a fart has to be one of the most goddamn embarrassing things to happen to a being with with unfathomable power. That's why I make sure to eat plenty of beans. Okay, the story's done. So what did you all think? I'm gonna change the... Sometimes they do sound different, other times not so much. But that is technically the last story of today. So we're just gonna be chatting and hanging out and all that good stuff. You like that one? Hell yeah. Ugh. Kind of tired now. Oh dear. But that was good. Let's see. I'm tempted to show a teaser of the some of the upcoming stories, but whenever I do that, it seems to have the opposite effect. And the stories end up taking longer to actually be done. Which absolutely sucks. Wait, didn't you tell me? Wait, didn't you tell me what? Rooster. Thank you. I appreciate that, Aaron. I don't know how many live readings I'm gonna do, but they're fun as a bit of an occasional thing. Shake things up a bit. You know, do something a bit different. You did say rooster. I remember that. Sippy sips. Rose. Thank you, thank you. Your last posts were pretty good. Wait, which ones do you mean? Because I've got spooky ghost stories, the out of the apartment, and we're trapped in an abandoned hospital ones as well. Or do you mean the last ones from today? So I do leave polls regularly. We all know how much I love polls. Okay, polls are an important part of my channel. But basically, money or snacks, inflation, dude. It's hard out here. It really is. It really is hard out here. I get you. All right. Ooh, yeah, I had to pay my car insurance recently, and ooh, it was much higher than the previous year. So I was like, ah, internal screaming. But that's okay. It happens sometimes. It's all just something that, you know, that happens. But yeah. So let's see. So I'm going to be doing some Halloween collabs. I've got one on upcoming with Danny Dreadful. She was in the chat earlier. With Papa Scare, with Ma BB's MCT. I think a couple of other people as well. Oh, Lone Wolf. I know there's someone else, but it's on. You know when you're thinking about it, but you can't quite remember. So yeah. Well, my car. I don't know. Like, if saying my car name, like what it is, would actually like. But it was like over 500. So yeah. But yeah, things are getting pricey these days. So, eek. But that's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, oop. Right, did I change? Okay, yes, I did. I'm gonna move the Dr. Phil one over here. Okay, there we go. I love the wee wee wee. Probably, possibly the best meme. Let's see. So I will be having a gaming stream sometime soon. So, let me just grab the link. I should have the. Why don't I have my own links easily accessible? Alright. So I'm determined to have more content on everything. Before, you know. No, not per month. But yeah, okay. Yeah, we're getting a little close to politics, so I'll gladly polish Dr. Phil's head. Oh my indeed. I am absolutely scandalized. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Okay. Ooh. Actually, I do have a short story that I could do a ready read. What do Aussies think about the various American accents? Ooh, okay. So, So America has so many different accents. So for me, at least with Australia generally doesn't seem to have as many by comparison. So, you got your southern drawl and stuff and your sort of midwestern type accents as well. And then you have your more urban accents in different areas as well. Um but it is interesting. So the main one that I think people think about with America is like the southern, the southern type ones, which is a lot of fun. Um, well, that's the main one I can think of is the southern ones, so like Texan, as as you heard with one of the previous stories. Um, but I have found like over time accents are sort of blurring more and more in together as the internet's becoming more common and everything. So I've heard about I heard that kids in America were starting to get Australian accents because they were watching Bluey, and that just cracks me up so much. Because for a while, people were talking about how, like, this was many years ago now that American culture was becoming much more prevalent in Australia, and like accents and the way people spoke as well. When you were a kid, you had trouble distinguishing between British and Australian accents. I can see where that comes from, but at least for me, it's, those two accents, I can differentiate between easy. I think it's because I'm from here, so I can be like, that's different. um, New Zealand accents and Australian, I can't for the life of me distinguish. Well, New Zealand is more wash and chop, and I can't do a New Zealander accent, unfortunately. I wish I could. But in places in the UK, you go to a different place and the accent completely changes. I think it's because, at certain points of history, they were very different ethnic groups. Zoop. Anyone want to hear her do a southerner next narration? We'll see, Zoop. We'll see. I might do one. I might. Who knows? Who knows what the future will hold for us? California has like 3 different ones. I mean, see, with California, whenever I hear about it, all I think about is the Valley Girl being like, "Oh my god, yes, guys." Oh, trooper. I mean, I have heard that, Curtis, where people who sometimes get, hit on the head too hard, they'll change accents. I have heard that in the past. But that's not really something I've experienced. You know, not experienced or like know anyone like personally who, you know, who has done that sort of thing. Let's see. Can you tell when a person is speaking with an American or a Canadian accent? Yes. Because they sound very different. Yeah, a boot. But it's just different ways of pronouncing things, so Canadians generally tend to sound a bit more British. But I have noticed there's a lot more overlap now. So they sound kind of like a British and American accent had a baby. And that's the Canadian accent. In my opinion, anyway. You need a Kiwi to do a New Zealander accent. Yeah, I mean, it would be handy. I do wish I was better at accents. And also like I can do different voices, but keeping them going for long periods of time, that's still quite difficult for me. I've noticed, which is quite frustrating, but yeah, it happens. It happens. So at some point, I do want to narrate other type of stories. Um, we'll see. So far, I'm pretty good at accents. Hell yeah, thanks, Zoop. I appreciate that. I'm trying to get better at doing them. But I think it's just like anything else, it's just gonna come with more practice and all that good stuff. I would like to try doing, you know, more. See, most of the people who I collab with tend to be male because I can't do a very convincing male voice. You know, it doesn't sound great to my ears, and you know, I want something that's, you know, good. Because in one of my videos that I did oh, what was it? Hang on, let me see. It was Everything is Outlawed. Um, and in that I tried doing like male voices, and I really wish I just asked male narrators to join me, because for me it just killed it for me when I re-listened to them, like, ugh. Um, but I don't know. I will give it doing more accents a go, but I would like to work with more lady like female narrators as well. But that will come. That will come. Thank you, Aaron. Laura says, Lady's great at accents. Sally, the more she can do, the less her own natural accent will get until it gets down to the lowest point for her, based on a mix of her own natural and all of them. That is true. So, I was talking to some of my friends, and they said that I sound American now because I spend so long every day talking to Americans that it's becoming more ingrained in my brain. Zoop, I think Vidith is actually pretty good at doing female voices. So Vidith will be coming on my channel at some point. Not sure if I'll be going on his at recently. So who knows? We'll just have to see how that goes. Trooper said, I have that exact same issue. I used to be able to do a female voice back in the day, then puberty hit. I get you. Yeah, I mean, you might still be able to, from what I've heard, you just like lighten and make it more even. Um, I don't know. I think I'll have to have a male narrator on who does female voices to like give their recommendations and their tips as well. Yeah, it's the male voices are deeper, so it's like I guess I can't keep it up. It hurts as well. Oh, thank you, Nat. You have a beautiful voice too, Nat. Oh, the horror. Oh, Laura, that's really sweet. Lady's voice is great. One of the things that first made me sub to her. So, we're gonna go back down memory lane now. So when I was a young demon, I got a lot of shit about my voice. So it was to a point where I stopped talking very much. So like, I was quiet a lot. So that wasn't great. And also, you have to have a thick skin to be a YouTuber to a degree, because I did some collabs and I got some really nasty comments. And it stung way more than it should have. So there's that. Rose says MCT and Lady Story when soon, I hope. I really need, I kept planning to have certain people on, and I just need to, message them and be like, hey, do these lines for me, please. Do it, do it, do it. You'll get there, Trooper, you'll get there. Aaron says Nature's Temper is good at female accents too. I've heard some of his stuff, and he is really good. He's really good. I haven't heard him do a female voice though. It would be interesting to see how it is. Have you tried to do a voice in the register where you can manage and then pitch it up or down? That's usually what I do. Just a touch of pitch can help differentiate the characters. I have done that, but like when I'm recording, I always forget, and I always end up doing like my own little thing anyway. Sippy sip. Do I ever do VC on Zoop? Where are you asking if I VC? You know what, I'll just wait on Discord. Yeah, I do go into my VC. I go into I stream gaming pretty regularly. I go into the working chat. So if you go into the working chat VC, you have to be working. Like, and if you're distracting, I will kick you. Because I'm in there to try to focus and get work done. But yeah, I do go in there and people can, come in and say hello and have a chat. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It can get... So in the gaming VC, I tend to play a lot of Tiny Glade and Call of Duty, so you get to hear me swear as well. So that's always a lot of fun. Well, I think it's fun anyway. It is glorious. Oh, Rosé. Now that is a really good question. So, which of your stories would you like to make into a film? So, I would like to make the HARPER CODEX a TV series. I think that would be amazing. And a big part of why I haven't brought it back is because it's not ready and it's not up to the standard I think it can be held to. But a lot of my Apocalypse ones, I would love to see those as a TV series. Let's see. I think Curse of the Blood-Soaked Throne, which I love that story, but it really didn't perform very well. So I'm hoping that there'll be a bit more interest in that story, but that's sometimes how it goes. Ooh, Ghost of the Colosseum as well. Let's see. The Last Radio Station on Earth, Confessions of a Succubus, I Found the Queen of Night, I think would be good as well. Son of the Void. Ooh, I Live Among the Undead, and I Dance for the Devil. Ooh, and Patrol the Night. See what else. Ooh, and the Incubus ones, and the Blood Toll, and The Last Hope for Us. I think those ones. I think I'm just, I think I'm just going through all my latest content and just being like, yes, everything. We Were Deceived, The Forgotten Tomb. Oh, these are good. I really fell behind a lot this year with my content. I kept trying to do too many things and rather than just rolling with it. Oh, I see, Zoop, I see. Well, I'd have to hear your voice and maybe come up with a character, etc. No, I love how oh wee wee wee. It is so I love the oh wee wee wee. It is so cute. But yeah, I think all those will be good, although I think some of them might end up being better as TV series, but that would be the dream, to be able to direct a TV series or like a movie of one of my stories. Ooh. I don't know if people would like them though, but that's okay. That is a-okay. Sippy, 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 sippy. Look at Werewolves Are Assholes. He did all the voices. Ooh, okay. I will check it out sometime, Aaron. And then see how that goes. Let's see. So I'm gonna do a so I do this every once in a while where I will give a random membership and then see how that goes. So let's see. Who will get it this time? Drum roll, please. Alright. Let's see, who is the lucky winner? Hey, Curtis got it. Congratulations, Curtis. I hope you enjoy your channel membership. So I don't control. Ah! God damn it! I don't control who gets it, by the way, so just keep that in mind. It's at a random, so yeah. I don't know. I don't know, Curtis. I don't know why it loves you so much, but here you go. You're putting money out the side to YouTube, be like, hey, YouTube, I want one. But yeah. So at some point, I do want to have another writing tip stream, although we've had one pretty regular. Hang on. Let's see. Oh no, we've had one Why did I forget that? Huh. Weird. Weird. Yes, congratulations, Curtis. Yeah. Oh. Sippy, sippy, sips. Oh yes, filled with bitterness and rage. Alright, you're one of my beloved channel members. No, in all seriousness, welcome, yeah? Welcome to the glory that is the being the channel member. It is good to see you, yeah. I see you laughing, Joker. I see you. I see you. I wish my coffee kicked in earlier, because I'm still kind of out of my goodness. Let's see. So, ooh, what? So I do have a, let's see. I do have another blooper reel coming out for channel members soon, so keep an eye out for that. You get to see the chaos gremlin energy. And also me raging during recording times, which that's always good fun. Always good fun for everyone but me. Yeah. So does anyone have any questions that they would like to ask me? Oh, also, guys, would you be interested in, say, movie nights and things in my Discord server? Or is this something you're just not all that interested in? Because a couple of people have mentioned it to me and I'm not sure, like, you know, hey, it's something. Oh, we haven't had a poll today. Good. Yes, Curtis, you have access to the blooper reels again. So Nat and Trooper are both into movie night? Hell yeah. We'll see. We'd have to have a poll to work out which movie we would be watching. You love the bloopers. I thought I'd add those in because they are pretty funny. Most of it is me yelling at the birds. The birds are the bane of my existence. I used to love the sound of birds too in the morning, and now I'm just like, shut up. Yeah. Movie night might be good? Hell yeah. Excellent. So I will be conducting my nighttime streams again, so I will be posting notifications in my Discord server and on my social media as well. Once in a while, but I don't voice. That's okay, Rose. You don't have to do anything you're not comfortable with. You know, you can like do typing, like text chat in there, you know, chat whenever you're comfortable or what you would like. So yeah. I put forth Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. I know I won't get voted for, and it's a TV show, but I utilize every chance to bring it up. I love that show so much. I don't know about that show. I haven't heard of it before. So when it comes to TV, I'm always late when it comes to, you know, catching up with it and all that sort of stuff. But yeah. Blueberry. Nom nom. Oh my god, I just realized I have all my blueberries just sitting here. Oh my god, they're so good. So good. I prefer voice when commenting on cinema, but that's okay. As I said, only do what you're comfortable with. But I might ask people to mute if everyone's too busy talking during the movie. You know, that way so everyone can, like, you know, enjoy the movie experience, so to speak. But yeah. So, ooh, I'm not going to tell you titles or anything, but I will say some different content types. So I've got some demon stories coming, some vampire. some post-apocalypse, some succubi, post-apocalypse because I love my post-apocalypse. Oh my god. And all that good stuff. I'm really excited. Typey, typey, typey. Mm. And people are just like, oh, she's just eating on stream the whole time. Great. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Like, people need to be quiet when it comes to just, you know, it gets distracting, you know, and I personally don't like when people are always, you know, are always talking, you know, throughout a movie and all that. I'll look forward to being told to mute my mic. My goodness, yeah. Well, look, I will be nice about it the first time. Laura. I mean, Laura, that is a drastic measure. That is that is such a drastic measure. But see you doing that too, which is the worst part. But yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're finding out who the naughty people are right now. Oh dear. It's fine. Everything is fine. Let's see. Okay, Aaron. Thank you very much for coming. It is greatly appreciated. Look, it's fine. Everything is fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. Ooh, would you all like me to do another live writing, live stream again at some point? It has been a long time since we've done one. Hey, AK! Welcome to the stream. It is good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Cooking? What did you make for me, AK? I'm waiting. But yeah, more live writing stream. There will be some gentle keyboard typing when this occurs, so keep an eye out for that. Don't forget that Steam game you can use while writing. Wait, which one was that again? Or I'm pretty sure you've told me, but my brain's on an adventure right now. Breakfast muffins? I'm waiting. AK, I'm waiting. Ow! Alright, fine. Everything's fine. But carrying multiple and reloading like a cowboy in a western. Ooh, okay, that does sound like fun. I'll check it out, Laura. I could always do with something, that always, something good to help with writing, Gentle typing, shattering glass, and bones. Yes, Rose, you know exactly how I type. Ugh. Before else fails, blueberry launcher. Yes. Ah, nothing like a good old blueberry launcher. So in November and December, I think I will be having some more guests on. I'm gonna be posting notices on my socials and stuff. So that should be a lot of fun. Once I get more organized, that is. The lobby scene. Sippy sip. Yes, yes, there will most definitely be the shock collars. Um, they are most definitely required. Especially with how the chat can be not the chat, sorry. Especially with how some of the guests can be sometimes, but I'm pretty sure they'll behave. Just because your guest bodies can handle the voltage doesn't mean the collars can. Okay, you're not wrong. You are not wrong there. Oh, my goodness. Hey, look, I can be organized. Oh my god, there's a spider on my desk. Oh, it's a baby huntsman. How cute. Now the big question is, where are the adults? Yes, they'll behave or else. Dun 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 dun. Put it in a cup. I think if I try to grab it, it's gonna run away. How dare it? How dare it run away and refuse my love? Let's see. Can handle. What the hell? Oh, it's my phone. It's fine. Everything's fine. Trooper. That sounds like you want to be put to the test with that. Let the spider bite you? I mean, a huntsman doesn't really have venom. They're not venomous, but they do have a painful bite, although it is a baby. Put it in a cup. Hang on. Come here. Come here. No. No. Come. 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 No, don't hide behind. It's fine. Everything's fine. My desk is not messy at all. Hello, Wolf! Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let's see what was posted. Oh, AK, those look so delicious. Yum, yum, yum. I want some. They look really, really good. You can always use a glove. Well, the thing is, I do have some random clutter on my desk right now, and I don't really want to knock anything off or potentially spill one of my drinks, so it's fine. He's fine. Freddy 5 legs. Trooper. I have so much I can say, but I will spare you for now. But yeah, don't put yourself in harm's way. I know God damn it. Can't take you anywhere, Trooper. Let us see. What do we do? Check on YouTube. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Now let's... For now. No, that wasn't meant to be ominous. God damn it. Or maybe it was. I don't even know. Trooper. Can you hear me shaking my head at you right now? Just... My goodness. My goodness indeed. Trooper, be a good boy and listen. Let's see. Ooh, Nat's plotting their next art piece? Hell yeah. Alright, Curtis, thank you very much for joining us today. As always, it was lovely seeing you. Dun dun dun. Be good, Curtis. Be good. Dun dun dun. You should be writing. So just to catch up on things, next week we will be joined by Dr. Torment, who has been a guest before. We may be joined by someone else. I'm not too sure just yet. Ominous comes naturally to a precious view. Don't be shy. I mean, true, Zoop. That is true. Yes, indeed. But yes, we're getting past, you know, the 3 hour mark. This is a very good stream. We've done really well. So, please make sure you bring lots of questions, next week. And the week... Wait. Hang on, let me check my roster. Oh, so next week is the week of 2 streams. So there will be the Halloween stream next week as well. Keep an eye out for that. So make sure you follow me on socials to make sure, you're ready to arrive and have fun with us. But yeah. Dun, 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 dun. So also keep an eye out for a video next week as well. Oh, sorry, no, this week as well. And yeah, I've got a lot of things brewing. My biggest issue, I just need to finish things, which is, always here rather than there. But yeah, so does anyone have any final questions or comments that they would like to ask me? Because yeah. Alrighties, good night, Zoop. Thank you very much for coming to the stream. It was lovely seeing you. That's okay, Trooper. Just send me the lines when you're ready and I'll get them dubbed for you. Is mayonnaise an instrument? No. Oh, that part's already done. Oh, I see. Well, okay. As I said, send me the lines when you're ready and yeah. And also make sure you give me a deadline because I need deadlines, otherwise I can't work, if that makes sense. Okay. Sippy sip. I'm nearly out of coffee and blueberries. Okay. So. You just need to get around to filming. That's okay. Look, sometimes deadlines change, and it's better to put out a better, weight and put out a better product that you're happy with, if that makes sense. But you'll get it done. I believe in you. Just need to keep going, sir. Because that is the difference, Anyway, I've got I'm half in and half out with half asleep. But yeah. So let me know. Let's see. Look, as I said, look, it happens. There are projects that I really wanted to get done this year that just didn't end up getting finished. And I had to put it aside for now. And I'm really frustrated by that, but yeah, it's just the way it all goes, I guess. So, but it will come out. Just make sure you keep working at it. Depending on how you function best, a loose date of things to be complete and like a full checklist might help you get things done more and help you organize your time, because time management when it comes to content creation is important. I say it as someone who is really bad with time management. That's why I'm trying to make sure you take it in. I mean, you could look, that is how. So when movies are being filmed, they will do it out of order. So that so keep that in mind. That's something that you can do as well if it helps move production along faster. Even if you get 1 or 2 scenes done. Just get those done and yeah. Ooh, thanks, Laura. I would love to see, because I do have like a task list and things, but I tend to get very overwhelmed with mine. And then like, or if there's any delay with a certain part, my brain kind of like hyper focus on one part. It's very, it's extremely detrimental, I guess, but yeah. But yeah, tasks are very, very handy. Actually, I'm gonna, I should make a little listy-loo of things that I need to get done. Okay, just some quick ASMR typing. I expect you to join my party. Okay. Look, if I do, Laura, I will definitely join your party. I don't know what I'm signing up to, but like I'm like, okay. This is fine. Everything's fine. What could possibly go wrong? Hey, my keyboard is fine. My keyboard enjoys this. You'll see. Laura, when you say that, that does tend to worry me, by the way. It's like, oh no, what's coming? Dun dun dun. I see indeed. Okay. Deadline's Christmas? I see. I don't know, by the sound of things, I don't know if you'll make it by Christmas, but like if you have lines that you'd like me to do, the sooner you send them the better. That way I can at least plan out my time, because I am planning to have a break at some point near the end of the year, so yeah. If they're not done before then, they'll have to wait until after. So just yeah. A spooky Christmas. Hell yeah, I agree with that. A spooky Christmas is the best Christmas. I've sent them. Wait, when did you send them? Wait, wait, where did you send them as well? Because I don't have them in my notes, Trooper. So the only collabs that I have... Oh, let's see. Collab audio. Let's see. So I just have one's for Tormy and one for MCT. Can you resend it to me on Discord? I think would be better. I just made a little note of that as well. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Because I completely forgot about it. So I'm happy we had this conversation because ooh, that could have been awkward. That could have been really awkward. God damn. You'll get on that? Hell yeah. See, yes. As I said, Trooper, pace it out. Pace it out. I am looking forward to, so right before the... Hang on, I'm gonna quickly have a look what date I'd have it on. But on... Oh wow, there is a stream that will be on the 29th in the US. So right before the year changes over to 2025, that's going to be the end of year stream, and we can all, you know, talk about the achievements that we've done for 2024 and what we hope to achieve next year as well. So, yeah. Oh, okay, I get you. Well, we'll see how the goal goes. Alright, I can't think of anything else to say or... but I do have a lot of writing to get working on and some other things, so I guess I'm gonna have to wrap this up here, but yeah. Alright, guys. Stay safe, my little spooklings. And remember, I'll be watching you.